Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of 53.5, an original hiking series where I, Thomas Kerr, hike all 50 of the 3,500 footers right here in the state of Maine. Today is an exciting day. It is officially summer, and I am out for my first overnight backpacking trip of the year. Took me a little longer to get out than in previous years, but I am stoked. I will just be out here for one night, but it's going to be a very rewarding trip because I will be getting 3 more of the 3,500 footers done and checked off the list. So it's going to be a great trip. The only thing I've got fighting me tonight is potential for rain, but that is only going to decrease as the day progresses. It's really only rain showers, the chance of them, so hopefully won't get hit too hard. Tomorrow it's supposed to be all clear, so it's going to be beautiful. I am here in the Mahoosuc range, and on my list is Mt Carlo, the north peak of Goose Eye, and then Mahoosuc Arm. This is going to require me to go through Mahoosuc Notch, which is the hardest mile on the Appalachian Trail, so that'll be fun. I've been wanting to do that for a while. It'll be a challenge with the bigger pack, but that's how all the AT thru hikers do it, so that's how I'm gonna do it too. This 2-day trip is going to be all in one video, so no part 1, part 2. It's all gonna be in here for you. Hope you enjoy it, and make sure to watch till the end, because at the end of this video, I have a very important and exciting announcement that I'm going to make. All right, guys, I am now heading up to Mt Carlo. It's gonna be the first one of the day, so let's do it. Mt Carlo, Maine 3,500 footers, number 34. No rain yet, but it looks awful threatening. The clouds are moving in. I'm in the call, or the low point between Carlo and Goose Eye now, so it's time to start going back up. The summit of Goose Eye is not directly on my route. It's like a short spur, but as of right now, I'm planning to hit it anyway, even though I've already done it. There's a good view up there. Don't know if there will be today. The clouds are kind of in and out of the summit, but I still want to revisit that spot, and then I will move on from there and head towards Goose Eye North. But first, I got to make this big climb. Goose Eye summit. The view is surprisingly clear up here, not too clouded in, and this has such a beautiful view. I finished the New England 100 highest up here last fall, and it was a beautiful day then as well, but I'm glad I got to see it again. I'm not going to spend too much time up here. I do want to get to camp sooner rather than later. I've been spending a lot of time just taking in the views and filming, so I might do a little bit less of that from here to camp, but I still have one more major peak that I need to hit before I can get to the campsite, Goose Eye North, which will be another one of my 3,500 footers. So I am stoked for that. I'm sure there's going to be lots more good views along the way, and still no rain, so hopefully that trend continues. So now I am on the summit of Goose Eye North. There is nothing to really signify the summit, no marker or anything, but this does seem to be the highest point. So this is Goose Eye North, Maine 3,500 footers, number 35. And I've got about a mile to camp. It's been really beautiful coming across from Goose Eye to this point. Some nice open alpine stretches. I've been trying to get the miles done quicker than I was coming up, so haven't filmed a lot of this part just because of lack of time. I want to get to camp, get set up, get some food going, but yeah, really enjoying this, and I will see you at camp. I made it to the full goose shelter. It's actually quite a big shelter. I probably won't be sleeping in it. I brought my tent, so I'm planning to use that. They have some good tent platforms that I can set up on, which will be a little tricky because I have my Durston trekking pole tent and I haven't set it up on a tent platform before, but there are some big rocks, so I should be able to use those to stake it out. But hopefully I can make that work, and I'll probably utilize the nice flat surface here to make my dinner. So I'm going to get to it. Okay, not the best pitch, certainly not the fastest, but honestly not bad. It took me a little bit figuring out and using a combination of rocks, and then also they do have these eye bolts down here which do come in handy, so I used kind of a combination to make it work, but I think it's gonna work out pretty good. I'll get to setting up the inside later. Now it's time for dinner. On the menu tonight is a good-to-go pad thai. I've never tried this before. I don't think I've even had this brand before. So made in Maine, so that's pretty cool. So we'll see how it is. I gotta let it sit for 15 minutes. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. It is rapidly getting darker. The sun has gone down, so I'm gonna give this a try. It's still pretty hot, so. Not bad. It's actually a little spicy, which I wasn't expecting, but it's good. I guess I added the perfect amount of water. Sometimes you add as much as what they say and it turns into soup, but this came out great. Well, I'm gonna finish eating this and then I'll be in my tent for the night, but I will see you in the morning. Lots of miles ahead tomorrow and another 3,500 footer, and I'll be going through Mahoosuc Notch as well, which is exciting. So have a good night and I will see you in the morning. Good morning, welcome to day 2. It is a beautiful morning. The sun is out. There was a little bit of fog kind of hanging on to the mountains, and there's actually a little bit of a view from one of the other tent platforms that I didn't see last night. But it is just gorgeous. The birds are singing. I got pretty good sleep last night, so that's good. But I am excited for today. I'm going to make some breakfast and then pack up my camp here, and then I'll get moving. So let's do it. Welcome to Mahoosuc Notch. This is said by many to be the hardest mile on the AT, and for most hikers it takes about an hour to do the mile through the notch. For some it takes over 2 hours, so we'll see how long it takes for me. First of all, it feels like once I stepped down into here, it feels like I stepped into an ice box. I mean, it's probably at least 20 degrees cooler than it was just up there. I actually have my thermometer, so I'll have to check the temperature difference on that once it adjusts. But yeah, it's significantly cooler. There tends to be ice in the caves well into the summer, just because of how down in here we are and how shaded and sheltered it is. But I'm super stoked. Let's hit Mahoosuc Notch. some cool quartz. Whew, holy smokes, making me squeeze. So I made it through Mahoosuc Notch. It took almost an hour and a half, so it was slow going, and I felt even like I was going at a pretty fast pace. I mean, I have long legs. I can't imagine if you had shorter legs, how much longer it would take. Some of the steps I had to take were pretty long steps, so it was super fun though. I'm glad that I finally got a chance to do it. Now I am on my way up to the Mahoosuc Arm, which will be my third and last 3,500 footer of this trip. So I'm very excited for that. I've got about a mile up this climb, which is going to be quite a steep climb. I dropped a lot of elevation going down into the notch. Now I gotta make it all back up. So that mile will get me pretty close to the summit, and then I'll split off the Appalachian Trail and head to the actual summit. But it's going to be a bit of a grind. Now that I'm raising elevation, it's getting hotter. It's over 80 degrees now, 76% humidity, which ironically is the same temperature and humidity as on the long trail when I was really struggling. So it's gonna be mentally tough. I'm gonna have to just put my head down and knock it out. But I will see you when I get a little higher. It won't show it on the GoPro, but this next grade is basically straight up. That is straight down. So on this cutoff trail that I'm taking, it's like going through a swamp, and I stepped on one of the log bridges, my foot slid off and went ankle deep into the muck below. My foot's completely soaked and covered in mud. Well, it was hard to earn, but here I am at Mahoosuc Arm, Maine 3,500 footers, number 36. This place is swarming with black flies. I mean, my legs are completely covered, so I can't stay here long. But it's mostly wooded. There are some views, but there are more views approaching it. So now I'm gonna head down the Speck Pond Trail to Success Pond Road and do a road walk from there back to my car. Yeah, let me see if I can outrun these black flies. And I made it. That last road walk was brutal in this heat. A lot of it with direct sun, and I'm glad I had extra water because I drank all of it, but I made it. I completed the loop. So this was the Mahoosuc Loop. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of 53.5. I certainly enjoyed this hike. The Mahoosucs did not disappoint with their views or their rugged terrain. Some of the most rugged terrain that I have ever hiked in, especially through Mahoosuc Notch. Just absolutely crazy, but thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you for watching, and if you made it to this point in the video, I did say I had an announcement to make. So in July, I will be hiking the 100-mile wilderness as a backpacking trip. So last year I did the long trail. This year I can't do something quite that involved, but the 100-mile wilderness has been on my list for a while. It's an iconic piece of trail here in Maine, and I am stoked to finally be able to do it in full. So I will be bringing videos from that each day to give to you, and so you can look forward to that. And I will also be finishing off with a hike of Katahdin, so it'll really finish it off well. I'm very much looking forward to it. But other than that, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I put a lot of extra effort into this video, so I would really appreciate it if you would just hit that button. It would mean a lot. But until next time, stay inspired, stay creative, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.